What's up, everybody? This is just a little update on this week's haul. Great deals I got, and just new stuff I got off Amazon to add to the inventory. Let's start off with this bad boy, which I'm probably gonna do a separate video on. Like, man, this was a freaking score. I'm not sure exactly what model this is. It's a Dell Inspiron, but as you can see, this is like a really nice laptop in really good condition. Like, all I've done is like wipe it down a little. I mean, who knows, some old lady probably had this and like opened it once a year to look at the Black Friday sales or something, because it looks like it's barely been used. It is a Windows 7 laptop, so it's got some age on it. It has an Intel i5, and man, this is a freaking huge panel. As you can see, it's either a 17 or 18-inch panel. And this thing, who knows how much this went for brand new, but you'll never guess like how much I got this for. I don't really go to estate sales or garage sales very much, but apparently I should start. My wife actually goes to estate sales with my boss man's wife. Every week they find one and they go to it. And she just happened to see this and called me and was like, hey, there's a laptop up here you need to come look at. They've got $30 on it. And man, I hopped in the Jeep and the Stray Dog Techmobile and ran down there. It was literally like 2 streets over from my work, so I have like 30 seconds to get there, and before somebody snagged it up. And man, I actually got, it was 25% off, so I paid $24.36 for this, and I had no idea if it even worked. They didn't even know. It was like the people, that's what they do for a living. They go in and buy houses and sell everything that's in them, I guess, when people become deceased or something like that. But I mean, they had an actual little register set up and everything, charged me tax, and it's $24.36. Like I said, didn't even know if it worked. I got it back to work, and you know, it had a charger in it, had a little dongle in the side. And I told the guy, I was like, hey man, is this somebody's dongle? You know, somebody's mouse? And he's like, oh, it's your dongle now, brother. But I have a worthless dongle that I have no idea what it goes to. But I mean, even if you use this thing for just like a little portable DVD player, it's worth 24 bucks. When I get it back to work, plug it in, sure enough, not only does it work, but it has a like working active Windows key in it. And I did, you know, I could sign in as guest. There was no password or anything blocking me. So man, for a working laptop with the active Windows key, I mean, the Windows key alone almost costs that much. So that's pretty crazy. The only thing I found wrong with it so far is the battery won't hold a charge on its own, which I could find a battery on eBay probably pretty cheap. I'm actually working on another laptop that's a Windows 7 right now that I'll probably do the same thing with this one. It's my mom's old laptop. I'm kind of revamping. I'm taking, it has a hard disk in it, taking that out, swapping it, putting a SATA in there, and I'm going to upgrade it to Windows 10. But this thing's got some beefy little speakers in it too, so I don't know, for 24 bucks, that's definitely the deal of the week. That's why I wanted to start out showing that one off. But that's a pretty good deal. And let's see here. If I start with this one here. Got a lady at work that was cleaning out her garage. She's an older lady, and she kept saying she had a computer, and it was this monitor you see right here, which this is actually a pretty cool monitor, man, the way it's got that little swivel on it. It's an older monitor, probably a 720 to 1080 from 2007. It needs a little cleanup, but it's actually a nice little HP monitor. I haven't tested it yet to see if it works, but I got this for free skis. And then she gave me a box of all kinds of other stuff. Most of this honestly is going to be kind of like junk. This wireless keyboard is actually pretty nice. I don't have a wireless keyboard, so this could come in handy for whenever I'm just hooking up my portable monitor, and a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse for just computers I'm building or working on. Because I usually do it right here on the kitchen table where I have more space, and my office is carpeted, so that's not ideal for building computers and building up static. But yeah, nice little ONN wireless keyboard. You know, again, all this stuff was free, so even if it ends up being e-waste or junk, I throw it away. There's actually 1, 2, 3 mice that she gave me. No, sorry, 4 mice. Some of them are a little outdated, but I mean, if I'm selling a computer and somebody needs a mouse and just completely starting fresh, doesn't have a monitor, a mouse, or keyboard or anything, there's actually 2 keyboards in here as well. I mean, it's literally just a box of accumulated years worth of upgrading your peripherals. That's apparently what it is. A little speaker in there. It's kind of a neat little speaker. Again, I haven't tested any of this stuff, so it may not work, who knows. But pretty cool. Like I said, I got all that stuff for free, so it's a pretty good little haul for free. If I can reuse any of that stuff or give it to somebody that needs it. So that's actually a nice little monitor. So the monitor is actually the best thing out of that haul, but still pretty cool. Can't get over the $24 laptop. It's actually works completely fine. I even threw a DVD in there. The DVD player works too. I'll probably upgrade it to Windows 10. It's kind of snappy. I think it already has a SATA SSD in it, but if it has a hard disk, I'll upgrade it as well to SATA. I doubt it has M.2 support. But the rest of this stuff is actually what I got from Amazon just to add to my inventory this week. I think I'm gonna do videos like this where, you know, whenever I order on Amazon to get free shipping and all that, I usually try to make sure I have a nice little bundle, which I'm gonna have to chill out for a little while. Today is November 4th, so with Christmas coming up, you know, I gotta start buying everybody Christmas gifts. So this will probably be my last little haul from Amazon. Of course, if I find good deals on, you know, Facebook Marketplace or eBay or something like that, then I'll definitely still be scooping those up. But this will probably be my last haul for Amazon until we get through the holidays, and or at least until I buy everybody's Christmas stuff. Which also, I am looking to get my graphics card, you know, during Christmas. We've got that Christmas bonus coming. I usually get about $1,000 or $750 at least bonus, so that's just enough to get me a 4080 Super or something. Speaking of upgrading my own setup, I'll start out with this. I got this mouse on sale for 45 bucks. It's the Basilisk, or however you say it, Basilisk V3, which I actually got the V2 in the office, and the main reason I wanted it, you know, all my peripheral stuff is Razer. I know some people knock it. I really like Razer stuff. I like the aesthetics of it. I love their logo. But the main reason I wanted the mouse is the tilt on the scroll wheel, where you can like especially like DayZ or first person shooters, you got, you know, you can lean around corners using the tilt of that scroll wheel. That's the main reason I wanted it. But it has a nice little underglow underneath it. And like I said, I have the V2 in there, but I got it on Facebook Marketplace for like 30 bucks. And I've never had any issues with any peripherals like a keyboard or mouse, but for some reason I got it home and hooked it up, and man, it just, I don't know, it made my whole setup bug out. Like it worked fine at first for the first, you know, 10-15 minutes of hooking it up, but as soon as I got in a game, started using it, it would like, the mouse itself would just stop working. Not only that, but it would like kill my keyboard lights and everything would just not work. I'd have to unplug it and plug it back in and reboot, and I don't know, it just gave me so many problems just right off the cuff that I was like, man, I just unplugged it and was like, I'll deal with that later and try it on maybe I'll try it on a different system. But like I said, I've never had any problems with like peripherals making my whole system bug out. But if you guys have any like feedback on that or ran into something like that, definitely comment. I'd like to hear y'all's experiences with stuff like that. Hopefully this one doesn't give me the same problem because I actually bought it brand new. And I'm gonna do another video on upgrading my personal setup. If anybody follows the channel, my whole deal is I'm building, selling computers and gonna take the profit and build a my own dream desktop like supercomputer. But as of right now, I'm still using the Zephyrus M16 beast of a laptop gaming computer, and I'm gonna upgrade my mouse. I'm using the Death Adder, like the original Death Adder Razer mouse. It's kind of plain Jane, but man, I've used that mouse for like the last almost 2 years now, and my little brother actually gave it to me because he wasn't using his computer before I, revamped it and put a new graphics card in it and stuff. He bought that computer in 2016, and then he's just went back to console. So in other words, that mouse that I'm currently using is from 2016, and we're in 2024 now. And it still works completely fine. I really just like the aesthetics of this mouse, and I love that ergonomic thumb mold, But for 8 years, for a mouse to be working, everybody can knock Razer all they want, but that's been a good little mouse and still works perfectly fine. But apparently, I'm a Razer mouse collector too, because I have 4 Razer mice now. But I'm gonna do a whole nother video upgrade my setup because I got this for my personal setup, and I also got we'll skip this box and skip ahead so I can show y'all. But I got a laptop cooler. I already have a laptop cooler on my laptop, but this one's supposed to be like the best laptop cooler out there. I don't know if anybody watches Salem Techsperts, but he's got a little repair shop. It's actually inside of a Subway, and he did a review video on them that they sponsored. And man, this thing is like guaranteed to drop your temps like 10 degrees Celsius, which, man, my laptop, it's got a 3070 Ti and i9. It's a beast, but it does run really hot like most really thin gaming laptops do. And the cooling pad I have on it now isn't doing a great deal. I've had it for almost 2 years as well. This one actually has a 5.5-inch fan, and I just dropped something. I think that was an extra dust cover it came with. Yeah, it's your plug and an additional dust cover. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool, man. It's the first laptop cooler I got when I ordered it, they sent me the wrong one. It's actually got blue fans. It's got 3 blue fans in it, which doesn't match my setup. My whole setup's red and black. But this one actually has an RGB strip that goes all the way around it, and you can control it and change the color. So it'll actually kind of add to the RGB of my setup, giving me at least 10 more frames. As everybody knows, RGB adds frames. But it's got a 5.5-inch fan. Kind of looks like a turntable, like and a little LCD screen where actually you can control the RPMs. I think it goes all the way up to like 1600 RPMs. But it has this cushion around it that actually your laptop sits on that, and then it's got these hooks that pop up and kind of force that air into your laptop. Where most coolers, it's just sitting on top of fans. It doesn't do a great deal. But this guy right here, like, seals off and forces that cool air into your laptop. That's why it works so well. But it's got these little hooks that hold it down, pop up on each side. So I'm going to do another video on this. I'm going to do just an upgrading my setup video, I guess, whenever I hook up the new mouse and the new laptop cooler. I'll probably make that video today and upload it soon, so be on the lookout for that. On to the next stuff. Got a lot of stuff here, so I'm trying to kind of hurry this along, but I don't know if you guys like these unboxing videos or not, but I personally watch a lot of other tech YouTubers, and I always love to watch unboxing videos, see what everybody's scoring and what kind of deals they're getting on stuff. These were 50% off. It's a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi adapter, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi adapter and Bluetooth. But yeah, it was $10 each. And it's Wi-Fi 5. So I mean, this is gonna enable me to, like, with every build I sell, I'd like to be able to just add Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, no additional charge, just come standard with all my builds. I think that'd be a really nice thing for, not everybody's able to hook up a cable and actually, run a LAN cable. So this will be a cool addition to all my builds where, I can go ahead and it's a 2-for-1. It's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So that way all my builds will come standard with that. I think that'll be a nice addition. Something that kind of sets me apart from the competition as well. Got a 2-year warranty. It's TP-Link. That's a pretty good brand. They're usually $19.99. I got them for $10, so I went ahead and got 3 of them. I kind of want to do the same thing I did with the RGB controllers and hubs, and try out 2 or 3 different Wi-Fi adapters and Bluetooth adapters until I can kind of find one that I like enough to do the whole cookie cutter thing and just use that same one over and over and know exactly what I'm getting and what kind of quality it is. But yeah, I got 3 of those. I've got a couple different builds coming up, so I like to add extensions. I mean, it's kind of like the Wi-Fi adapter thing. Like, it's $10. Why would I not include that, to make me look better as a seller? And, I really want people to be happy with their stuff, and like I always tell people, they can reach out to me. I actually had a guy that I sold the white build to message me yesterday. It kind of scared me at first. I was like, oh no, he's already having trouble out of it. But he was actually just messaging me, asking troubleshooting advice on his buddy's computer that he was building. So, like, I don't ever ghost anybody. Like, I want people to be able to reach out to me if I sell them a computer, and not do anything shady, like not necessarily giving a warranty, because things can happen, especially with used hardware. But anyway, I'm rambling. The sleeved extension cables, these are red and black, like kind of like the Wi-Fi adapters, for $20, $20 to $30. Like, why not make your build look that much better for that small of an additional amount? But these are red and black. My whole theme of my setup is red and black, and I don't know, I kind of wanted to check these out. I've never used Okino's extensions. That's actually the same brand the giveaway case is. But if I like these, I'll probably use them in my own build as well. But that Tower 300, I'm doing it in kind of a red and black theme. So I got these extension cables for it. And then, let's see here. I also got another set that's like a blaze orange. My wife actually suggested on the next build I have coming up that's white. And man, she hates it when I talk about computers. She's so annoyed by it. Like, I know I probably ramble on. That's kind of the whole thing about having the YouTube channel and having you guys, where I can kind of get it off my chest and be able to talk tech and to somebody that actually wants to hear it, But anyway, she really thinks white with orange accents is gonna look really cool, and the fact that she even had input on that and like was involved in any way in any of my builds is like, I'm definitely gonna entertain that. Like that like I said, that never happens. She hates talking tech and computers, so like, the fact that she had input, I definitely want to capitalize on that and like, kind of help her draw interest in it. Any involvement she has, I think that's really cool. I'd love it if she she could even help me on a build sometime. Maybe do one of those videos where you get your wife or your sister or kid to build a computer. It's kind of fun watching people that have no idea what they're doing do walkthroughs and computer builds. So I don't know, maybe I'll get her in here one day and have her building a computer. I think it'd be quite comical. But I don't think she's wrong either. I think the white and the orange will look really good together. So I definitely jumped on that when she had that suggestion. I wanted to make her kind of feel involved somewhat, because this is kind of, this is my hobby that, like I said, I probably do drive her nuts talking computer stuff all the time, but I think it's really cool she had any input at all. And I don't know if you guys have seen that live mixer motherboard. I think ASRock makes it. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But they have a purple one and an orange one, and it's kind of like a graffiti paint splatter theme board. They have like an orange and white one that will look sexy with these orange extensions. And I have a white Lian Li Landcool 2 case that I'm building in. It's actually, man, it's a really nice case. It's one of the ones that have doors. It's got like 4 different doors, like the back, the front. Like, you're gonna have to have good cable management because all your stuff in the back is actually exposed. I think it's glass on all sides. It's a really heavy case too, man. I think that case alone with nothing in it weighs like 50 pounds. So it's definitely a sturdy, good build quality. This is just some thermal pads I got for any graphics cards or whatever I get that are used in older 10 or 20 series. I like to open them up and clean them, replace the thermal paste and the thermal pads if need be. So good to have those on hand. They actually sent almost all of my order. They only split the 2 things I didn't get in this order that are actually supposed to come today, but I get all my stuff delivered at work since I'm always there. But the only 2 things they lacked, I got some of those Thermal Grizzly cryo sheets, where instead of thermal paste, it's just a little thermal sheet you put on there that are actually like reusable. You can take it off in one build to the next. And they're supposed to be really, really good for temps. Like, I've never dealt with those in any way. I always just use traditional thermal paste. So I snagged, one of those just to try out. I think it was like 15 bucks. These right here, by the way, were like $8.99. I paid like $22 for each per set of extensions that I just showed. But yeah, $8.99. So I got another one of these coolers. I know y'all have seen me use these before. This is such a good cooler for the price that I like to, if I use one of these, I go ahead and order another one. I like to keep them in stock because for the price, you can't beat these little coolers, and they look really good too. This is $17.99. They have them in white and black, and I keep a white one and a black one on deck at all times because it's such a good go-to cooler, and it's very easy to install as well. It's actually one of the easiest coolers, like air tower coolers, I've ever installed. So that's a good go-to of mine. So I used one up already in another build, so I immediately replaced it because I love that cooler for the price. And then this one I thought was kind of interesting. I actually have a 8th gen and a 10th gen i5 that I got really cheap. I think I paid like 20 bucks for one and 30 for the other. But the 8th gen is on the 1151 socket, which I've never really built on that platform, and I have a bunch of coolers in stock right now in my inventory, but surprisingly none of them actually, even this little guy right here that I just vouched so much for, doesn't say that it supports 1151. It doesn't have brackets for it. So I got this one specifically because it will go on an 8th gen Intel motherboard. And I thought it was pretty neat because it was only $29.99 too, RGB. You could spend $5 more. I didn't even notice that until after the fact. I had already ordered it, or I probably would have spent the $5. But the the fins on the heatsink are, you know, chrome or stainless or whatever. But if you spend $5 more, you can get them to where they're painted where it'll be all black. And I thought it was cool because it has a little LCD screen on front where it'll show your temps and your wattage. You know, I thought that was pretty cool for a $30 cooler to include. I've never used this brand. It's Coolio, not to be confused with the Gangster's Paradise wrapper. Coolio. I don't know. I've never used that brand. I'll check it out. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a good one. Thought the little screen on there was pretty cool. Don't see that on that cheap of a cooler usually. Last but not least, I got this for $50. You know, 360 AIO Sama brand. I mean, it's a pretty good little AIO for $50, so I snagged it. I've never used anything in this brand either. But I don't know, like, you guys let me know if y'all like these kind of videos where whenever I get a big Amazon or eBay order like this, you know, a little unboxing video, I think it's pretty cool, where kind of show you all the stuff I scored for that week, whether it be used deals I find or just deals I find on Amazon, like Prime Day, or, you know, we got Black Friday and Cyber Monday coming up, so I'm definitely going to be getting some stuff on that. Like I said, I do need to start working on Christmas presents though, because it's not too far off, and I will be doing a video on upgrading my setup with that laptop cooler and that mouse, and I'm really curious to see what kind of temps I get, because at times my laptop is running like the CPU and GPU will get up to like 90 degrees Celsius, and it is getting a little age on it. I probably need to take it apart and repaste it and maybe give it a good cleaning. But yeah, working on these older laptops kind of slightly enraged me, man. Like the whole right to repair thing we just don't have anymore. Like these batteries, quick release, literally you can just pull these tabs and pull it right out. You know, you can't do that on new laptops. I spent $2,000 on my other laptop, and you've got to take the whole cover off to get to anything. But these older laptops, like the one I'm working on for my mom, it's a Sony Vaio, or however you say it, is the same way. These are both from Windows 7, so I think they're around 2009-ish era. But back then, they actually, you know, there's a cover right here where you can get right to your RAM with one screw taken off. Boom, you can swap your RAM out or upgrade it. Same thing with your SSD or hard drive. One screw, you can get right to it, pop it out, and switch it over, like without taking, you know, 20 different screws out just to get to one thing you need to repair real quick. Like, man, I really wish we could get right to repair back, because this was ideal. Like we're devolving. It's terrible to see. Like nowadays they want to make it hard on you and hard on little repair shops. Like more and more of those repair shops are closing their doors because of this kind of crap right here. That, and they won't sell you hardware that you're forced to buy aftermarket stuff that could end up being defective. And they do all that to force you to upgrade to the newest, latest, and greatest thing and not be able to keep your stuff going. It's, you know, with the world going green on everything, like, I think e-waste should definitely be touched on a lot more than it is, because that's what this is causing. You know, more people are upgrading, and these kind of guys are just ending up in a landfill somewhere when it really could have been repaired. Could get, you know, several more years of use out of it. Especially if they're not gaming, if they're just using it for productivity, like, get a lot more time without wanting or needing to upgrade out of your PC stuff. But anyway, that's what I got this week. You know, appreciate you guys tuning in. If you want to see more, love to hear any feedback, whether it's, you know, constructive criticism or good or bad, any feedback at all, appreciated. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.